Okay, I need you all to listen because a lot of you are really fucking confused as to how politics works. Politicians are not running on the platform that they actually think they are going to be able to enact in the world. Politicians are actually running on platforms that are 1 or 2 degrees more extreme than the actual platform that they want to see happen. This is because governance is almost exclusively based in the art of negotiation. And the first rule of any negotiation is you come in with an offer that's well beyond what you think the other person is actually going to ever give you. And then when you negotiate it back towards a center, that center is actually within a range that you were fine with to begin with. And literally every single politician understands this. It's how they win in the first place, and it's how they're able to get anything done in government. They understand they have to negotiate, and they understand the best way to negotiate is to start with more extreme stances than they think they're going to get. So when you apply that understanding to what politicians are actively pursuing right here, right now, something very sinister becomes extraordinarily clear. The Democratic Party has been running for over a decade on a platform that is not even as radical as what their base wants to see in the world. Because what does their base want? Well, they want abortion access to be codified into federal law. They want real action on climate change to actually move our entire infrastructure towards renewable energy. They want an end to wars. They want an end to genocide. They want reduced military spending. They want investments in education. They want universal health care. And sure, a lot of moderate liberals might believe that those things might literally never happen. But if you ask them if they would like it, most of them say yes. So if those policies are how you get the average moderate to actually go to the polls and vote for you, why aren't Democrats doing that? Well, to understand that, we actually have to look at what the Republicans are doing because the Republicans understand this negotiation tactic very, very well. They are pushing to the most extreme edges of their ideologies so that they know they are going to get pretty much everything that they want when they fall somewhat short of those objectives. And it's been working for them stunningly. They have consistently been able to win and consolidate power over the last couple decades. They're using the tactic because it works. So, with the understanding that it works, and with the knowledge that everyone knows it works, why then are Democrats not using it? And the answer to that question is actually they are. They're using it constantly. They use it in everything that they do. Only they aren't using it against Republicans to push back against their fascist agenda. They're using it against us, the American people, their voters, their constituents. We are the force that they are negotiating against because they're trying to negotiate a deal with us, right? They want two things from us. They want our votes and they want our money. But they want to get those things with the least amount of structural change possible. And so they try and pitch us on platforms that sound good enough and realistic enough that we think they just might actually try and implement them without ever actually achieving any of those things. See, the most radical positions that they can take in the negotiation aren't progressive. They aren't trying to make anything better. They are trying to actually leave us exactly where we are. They're trying to get the most from us while simultaneously doing the least. Because if they were actually trying to make things progressive, if they were actually trying to push for change or a better world, they would actually be leading with more radical positions than we are even asking for. They would be actively further to the left than we are if they were actually trying to get anything done. But instead, we have to drag them kicking and screaming to simply run on promises that they never actually achieve that are slightly left than center. But here's the thing, we have all of the leverage in this negotiation. We, the people, completely run the game. We may not realize that we do, but we do. They need our votes in order to stay in power. They need our money in order to continue to live the lavish lifestyles that they've gotten accustomed to. We can back new people. We can find new leaders. We don't have to endlessly support these fucking assholes who seem to have no interest in leading at all, which means we do not have to negotiate with them. We can demand what we want from them. We can say, these are the policies that you must support, or you get nothing from me, and they will come running. However, we have to actually maintain those positions first, or make the threat convincing at least. If you, in your heart of hearts, know you're still going to go vote for them or still going to give them $5 whenever they text you, fine, okay. But can you at least try and act like that's not the case? Because they're literally only going to try and represent our interests if we leave them no other options. So stop fucking giving them other options.